It is the last weekend in July. I'm gonna look at the orchard real quick. So most things are just chugging along. I have noticed on the pears here, might have been there before, but started to notice some color changes. Some of them have the russeting start to happen, which is the brown part, and some of them have changed. Like it's got a little bit of red on there. This one started to turn a little yellowish red. So we'll probably be about another be in the month before they're ready. So we will just keep an eye on them and see how things are going. But everything looks pretty good in there. Cherry tree still well. Still has those dried up cherries on them, and all that. But it's going okay. Then we can start looking and planning what we're going to do for next year, how to change things. But we want to prune things back and stuff like that. So that's it. The apple tree still kicking along, putting up lots of stuff up on the top, which I should probably get in there and get rid of now instead of waiting until it keeps growing. But we'll just have to see when I find the time. But yeah, no major obvious problems with there. And with the pears or peaches, and the pears, peaches are, you can tell, putting up lots and lots of the tall shoots up top, and a lot of the new growth down here, which is what we want. We don't really want the stuff up there as much, but we are getting some good size on the peaches there. They're starting to fill out. So, and it should be probably another month before they come out too. So we'll keep an eye on them. And the second pair, same thing. Lots of straight up vertical growth. And other than that, not a lot of problems noted. Now the apricots are more than ready. We harvested a few last weekend. And then a few more a little bit later in the week. But the issue has been the fact that the tree is very, well, there was lots and lots and lots of fruit, and they're most often very, very, very tiny. As you can see there, they're basically the size of a ping pong ball, and unfortunately the pit is still the size of like, I don't know. Anyway, there's not much flesh on them. Not much bang for your buck there. Because most of them that we saw were not even this big here. So, very frustrating to do a lot of work for that. Plus there's, you can see there's a giant bucket. There's one that the plant that just fell right there, or fruit. Lots and lots and lots of fruit. It's bloodmouth. A lot of it's overripe, falling on the ground, bird strikes, and rotting. And so basically it's been very and tiny. Plus the leaves up top, or the branches up top, are very thin and willowy. They're basically whip around, so it's very difficult to pick any of the stuff that's not within arm's reach, because the branches up top are not strong. So if I use the picking device, basically they just don't come off, but all the other limbs, all the other fruit on the limb comes off. So it's been very frustrating, and so we're not really sure what we're going to do here, because it's very, very time consuming, and once again, not much bang for your buck. They're not good size at all. So we processed quite a bit, but there's still a whole lot on there, and unfortunately I didn't get a chance to get in there and thin them all because they're way too up high. And now we're having that problem, which I foresaw, that the fruit's way up high, we can't really get to it. So it just creates a bad problem, because basically either they're going to sit up there and rot and fall down, we're going to have to pick them up, or we're going to have to try and get them. So anyway, we'll have to figure this out, but probably by the end of next week, they'll all be either too ripe to use or on the ground. So we'll get it figured out in the next week. And then we'll have basically about 3 or 4 weeks before the peaches and the pears come due. And since we won't have any apples this year, that'll be pretty much it for the fruit this season. So we're about halfway through. We basically did the cherries and mostly the apricots, and now we're waiting for the peaches and the pears to keep going there. So anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.